Welcome back, church. I hope you all had a wonderful week digging down into the fullness of Christ. Today, we are going to take that next step, looking at part 2 of what it means to reach that maturity into that fullness of Christ. So let's get started. In our journey today, we're going to look at Ephesians 4, chapter 12 through 13. We're going to look at 2 different versions so that you can have a different perspective on what we're talking about. And the ESV version, it reads, "To equip the saints for the work of ministry, for building up the body of Christ, until we all attain to the unity of faith and the knowledge of the Son of God, to mature manhood, to measure the stature of the fullness of Christ." I've highlighted a couple things here. One, equipment of saints. The equipment of saints is you, and that's me. We are provided these gifts for the work of the ministry to build up the body of Christ, to create that unity and to reach that fullness that we are called to be. In the NIV version, I wanted to highlight that it says the equipment of his people. It's just a different perspective, and I think it's important when we're looking at verses to really compare and contrast different versions so that we can relate to one or the other. Again, though, it says build up. There's action there. We're building up something. We're creating unity. We are reaching the fullness of Christ. There's 3 elements of reaching the fullness of Christ that we're going to talk about. But before we do that, I want to give you a visual. At this time, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about something for me. Right in front of you, with your eyes closed, I want you to see a human body that's translucent. You can see through it. And when you're looking at that human body, you're seeing a heart. You're seeing a liver. You're seeing a kidney. You're seeing fingers. You're seeing toes. You're seeing different parts of the body that is specific. It has a specific function, and that function is to uphold the head of the body. For us, that head is Christ. The body parts are you. The body parts are me. We all have specific gifts, specific functions that we can contribute to the fullness of Christ, to contribute to supporting the head, which is Christ. And that's important to understand. That visual is very important as what we're talking about today. So the 3 criteria for the church to reach that fullness of Christ, one is unity. In Ephesians 4, 1 through 6, you're going to see that it says one body, one spirit, one hope, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God. And I want you to really highlight the number 1. It doesn't say many. It means that we all work together as a body of Christ. We bring our gifts together. We contribute to the body of Christ and create that unity within the church, whether that's at your local church or the big church. The second element is diversity. God is so creative in his design. He values diversity. We are called to unity not through uniformity, not by having the same gifts or skill sets. Our unity is through our diversity. One of my skill sets is teacher shepherd. I enjoy teaching. Some of your gifts may be apostle, prophet, evangelist, that you can complement each other when we're trying to build up the body of Christ. We are one body. Through our diversity, we have unity. Maturity. In Ephesians 4, 12 through 13, the body is growing in all things into him who is the head of the Christ. When all of our body parts, and thinking about that visual that I just went over, work together, we form unity and we create something that's bigger than ourselves. When we get there, we have reached that place of maturity and that fullness of Christ. So we want to take it a step further in our practical experience. Starting today, I have a ministry plan for you to start working through over these next couple of weeks. We're going to do one section at a time. This week I want you to focus on section 1, and it's the awareness piece. It's allowing you to understand and being aware of your gifts or where you are placed in the body of Christ. I want you to review the ministry opportunities that we have here within FCC. I want you to really identify, just looking through that list, where your gift could be implemented and really used with building up that body. I want you to keep in mind that coming in the spring, we're going to have some really great missional opportunities that you could dive down in and contribute to using your gifts. That's going to be on the list as well. Per usual, If you haven't taken the assessment, please reach out to Chris. But if you want to dig down deeper into your spiritual giftings, I would love to have that opportunity to walk you through that. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week.